Good morning. We will wait just a few more minutes to see if anybody else is going to log in for this training. Just a few more minutes and we'll get started. Okay, I think we can go ahead and get started. I want to thank everybody for joining this morning. This is our third webinar in the series. First one was machine guarding for risk reduction. And then the second one was functional safety for control reliability. And then today is going to be just a overview introducing PowerSafe Automation on things that we can do to help you with those first two areas of concern with machine safety. And then as we get through this, if there's any questions, you can either drop them in the chat or at the end, we can do some Q&A, and then we can set up an additional Teams meeting if we need to after this webinar. Anybody that may have missed one of those other two, we are going to be rerunning all three series in January, and I could send that out to you with those links. Those links are live for the dates in January. If you want to forward those on to anybody else after the holidays, I figured this was a little bit lighter to close up for 2025, helping get ready for preparing in 2026, whatever your machine guarding directives might be. And then we can do some either refreshers or some new courses in 2026. So I will go ahead and turn my camera off and share my screen so I can bring up the PowerPoint. We are PowerSafe Automation. We are focused on engineering your safety. Engineering your safety is what our approach is when we look at any kind of machine safety on legacy machines. I understand that with newer employees today, maybe older employees that are used to doing things a certain way, there's hazards that we need to make sure that we are reducing risk on. Our approach is the engineering side of it to take the human element out of it. So as we go through these today, the tricky part when you hear the word compliance on legacy machines, full compliance in legacy machines is almost impossible to achieve from an engineering standpoint. But we're focused on reducing the risk from an engineering standpoint, and then anything else that's left where there's gaps, that would be done administratively internally at your company with training and procedures and signs of that nature. So our focus is engineering. Get as much as you can possibly get to protect your people from an engineering standpoint. So that's what we're going to go through today. So who we are a company headquartered in Northeast Indiana, leading provider in machine safety solutions for risk reduction of legacy machines. Most of our machines that we work on are from 2000 all the way back to the Industrial Revolution. Those machines either didn't have safeties on them, they've been cannibalized, it needs to be updated, need some additional safeties for redundancy, whatever that may be. Usually after year 2000, a lot of those machines still have their safeties in place and still are doing a decent job. But over the next probably 5-10 years, it's probably we need to modify that to say, anything from 2010 back to 1900, let's go ahead and look at. But that's what we focus on. We focus on prioritizing total employee safety with engineered solutions over administrative controls and exceptions. That's what we talked about. We want to put up guarding and switches and light curtain scanners, things of that nature where administrative controls is human and engineered is trusting the machine themselves. Uh, Core services for us, guarding assessments, custom designs. We do the manufacturing and the assembly and nationwide installation. So if you have a project, whether it's here, you have a multi-location facility and there's a place in Georgia or Kansas or Texas, we can provide some consistency across the board by hitting all of your locations. And if there's a company standard, or we help you create the company standard of this is what a guarding package is going to look like for machine XYZ, those are things that fall within our turnkey services. So we do everything from the assessment all the way through the installation, all under one roof. And then we have expanding value add capabilities, ergonomic safety, lean manufacturing, pedestrian safety, general shop floor solutions, and some basic fixturing and automation. This all fits into the total employee safety one-stop shop for us. A lot of the things that we use to design our guarding packages is the same types of suppliers and products, design softwares that we use to solve the guarding packages we can do with these others. So the support that comes with all of our machine safety, you would get that same support from us, our suppliers, pricing structures, things of that nature, would all fit into that category. And then there's a wide range of solutions that you can go out to our website. We have a full portfolio gallery on the homepage. If you scroll down about 3/4 of the way, you can get to our gallery, and there is, I think, as of this morning, there's 9 pages of applications. Each one of those applications, if you click on them, will give you a little bit of write up about where that might have been done, what it was used to protect, kind of an idea generator for you. Or maybe you have one of those machines in your facility and say, yep, this is what we want to look at. And then we have over 150 videos on our website that range anywhere from explainer videos, maybe some things in the community, maybe some automation, some podcasts, just a whole compilation of videos on our YouTube channel. We are recognized as a thought leader in the market. We've got published articles. We are constantly publishing blogs and FAQs, case studies. Those are all posted on our website. We are a compliance partner with ISN and Avetta. There's companies out there, manufacturing companies out there that have partnered up with these third-party compliance companies to help vet out the contractor. All of our safety manuals, OSHA logs, insurance documents, they're all loaded on these 2 sites, and we have member numbers with them, and it's easy to connect. That allows you, so if your company requires either of that, that is something that we are already a part of. And then, as I was mentioning, with everything with all the content out there, we've had some awards on some of the things that we've done. We've been published in magazines, and then all kinds of information on YouTube. We post on LinkedIn all the time, and then all on our website. Tons of information out there. And then, obviously, the webinars that you've been part of. And then we've also been guest speakers virtual with other companies that may have had the date didn't work out, that I've scheduled the webinars, or they had their own EHS meetings that they wanted to have a guest speaker because of the pulling 40 different locations into one Teams meeting, whatever that is. Those are things that we have worked with other facilities on. Just a lot of information out there could cripple people on deciding what to read, where to go. But if you have a topic and trouble finding it, or you need us to research a topic that may not be on our blog site, certainly shoot me an email and say, hey, I want to learn about this topic. One topic I just wrote and put up on the website recently was there's a lot of acquisitions going on right now from big companies buying smaller companies. And the question was, is there a grace period from the time that I buy that we buy that company, that we have to have the machine guarding up to quote unquote compliance? The answer is no, there is no grace period. As soon as the deal is inked, you need to make sure that those machines are where they need to be. So I wrote a blog for that to just help with that. Maybe it's something for educational, maybe it's to make a case to improve your machine guarding. Maybe it's just something that you need to make sure that everybody is in the know of. So all of that information you can find at our website at PowerSafeAutomation.com. I'd like to start out with this also. This is also a great chart that we use that we like to show other people that OSHA violations for machine guarding is still serious and it's still happening out there. And it could be, it's in the top 10. It could be serious. It could be lacerations, fractures, amputations, maybe death. Unfortunately, that does happen out there. Trying to be more proactive so that we don't have to be a statistic on this chart. That's why I like to show this, that what can we do ahead of time so that we don't become part of that statistical number. And then once 2025 has finished, then we will expand this chart for that. Something to keep in mind, just because OSHA hasn't been in your facility or no one's gotten hurt yet, doesn't mean your facility is safe. So keep that in mind when you are evaluating the safeties in your facility. So I want to start with our services, and then we'll get into the products. Collaborative on-site guarding assessments. So basically, the way this works is teams call to discuss your needs and schedule an on-site visit. So what we can do is set up a Teams meeting. We talk about what's your scope of work, what's your directives. Was there an injury? Was there not an injury? Trying to be proactive. What kind of machines do you have? How many machines do you have? Who's going to be involved, and then we talk about what that site visit is going to look like. We want to know what the goals or your directives are. Obviously, the goal is to protect your people, but is it let's get the guarding done first and then we'll put the electronics on later, or we want to do one machine at a time just to build a proof of concept, or we got to get all 20 machines done by the end of the year. So we talk through all of that when we come on site. Tour the facility, understanding your environment. Is your environment a rough environment where we have to take that into consideration with some of the designs or the type of products that we use? Is it something that is not rough, a little bit cleaner? So we need to have a little bit more effort put into the aesthetics of the guarding, and then convene at the machines with machines, the maintenance, safety, and operators. One of the things that we prefer to do is to collaborate with that whole team. We do not like to do guarding projects if we do not get to talk to operators and maintenance. They know their jobs better. People tend to call us the guarding experts, but we are not the machine experts. You are the machine experts. We may have seen your machines before, but those machines could be operated differently, could be set up differently than maybe another company. Maybe you're using it for a different type of part than anybody else has ever used it for because it wasn't designed for that, but you've adapted it to that. We have done projects early on where we didn't talk to operators, and as soon as the guarding got put on, it didn't work. So that is something that we continue to collaborate with you on. It is going to change the operator's job. Safety may slow them down. It doesn't always have to. Maybe there's things that we can do that it is still allows them to do their job and not inconvenient to have guarding on, so that they don't have to worry about bypassing it. So those are just things that we have conversations on when we come on site. And then we create sketches, photos, videos, and then we take all that information back to our shop so that our engineers can start putting packages together, and then talk about any other services that may be needed that are not part of just a basic guarding assessment. You need to go a little bit more to a priority-based risk assessment. Do you need to do stop time evaluations on your light curtains? This guarding assessment is to assess what are the hazards, how can we reduce your risk, and then what is that guarding going to look like? Where am I going to put doors? How am I going to lock the safety switch? What is the maintenance patch to get in to do PMs, things like that. From there, we take that back. You can see up here that's the sketch that we will take while we're on site. We'll kind of conceptualize what that's going to look like, take some measurements, and then we're going to come up and we're going to put it in a CAD system, and we're going to produce a 3D drawing of that guarding for you. And then we're going to put together a PowerPoint that's got the pictures of your machine, the scope of work, any CAD models we're going to list out. We're going to use. We're going to do this machine guarding, and there's going to be 4 switches or 6 switches. They're going to be locking switches. They're going to be tied to an emergency stop, or it's going to be 0-speed feedback from a PLC. Whatever that scope of work, that'll all be put together in a PowerPoint for you. And then we will put a quote together that will have all of the materials that is needed for that. And then we will also put together a quote that has installation and integration on that same document, and some optional spare parts. If you want to put something in the maintenance department, maybe you want to have a couple switches in case they fail, maybe a set of light curtains because the forklift driver is going to hit it, or the corner of your guard, or someone is going to run into the wire mesh and we got to replace that. So we can sell some spare parts to you for emergencies, and then some electrical schematic deliverables for any future troubleshooting that you might need to do. And then from there, we proceed with those designs. We do all of the cutting, machining, fabrication in-house, saws, drilling machines, milling machines, grinders, shears. And then we have a project assembly department. Once it comes through the manufacturing facility, then it gets kicked over to our assembly department. We assemble either fully assembled or sub-assembly, depending on how it needs to either ship to you or come to you on in our job trailers to reduce the time on site. We don't put kits together on your floor. A lot of times your space is too tight, or the time on site we need to keep reduced, so your downtime is that lower, and we don't get your way. I don't have to worry about forklift traffic. So we build sub assemblies in our shop before we ship that out. And then we stage everything. We've got docks for LTL carriers, and then depending on the size of it, maybe it can fit on our job trailer. For installation, we do go nationwide installation and integration. So we will install the machine guarding and also tie in any of the electronics. So we've got nationwide coverage. Everything comes out of Northeast Indiana. We have multiple field crews. Right now we have 3. We are getting ready to launch a 4th crew. Everybody is outfitted with trucks and trailers, toolboxes, packouts for all of the mechanical guarding, all of the electrical supplies and tools for integration, and inventory in the trailers for any what we call as minor field fit. So if we need to shore up some gaps, maybe tie the guarding back to with a standoff back to the machine for stabilization. All of that stuff is equipped in our trailers, and each crew consists of a site supervisor, a couple mechanics, and an electrician or controls engineer, and that's all outfitted in the truck and trailers. And then isolated safety enclosures. Anytime that we install projects, we will build our own little safety enclosure for all of the electronic safety devices, so that saves time when we're on site. So we don't have to worry about finding a location in your box. Is there room in your control box? Is the wiring a mess because of the age of the machine? Is it dirty? So we will build our own box, and that saves time on site as well, doing the integrations. Everything in red is all the states that we've been to. The gray we have not been to yet. We fully expect to be in these other locations at some point. We do have active quotes in some of those other areas. So you can see that we do go nationwide with our installation crews. If you do have companies overseas, up in Canada, we don't do any installations outside of the U.S., but we can design and build the guarding in the States, and then ship it for you guys to install in other if you have locations outside of the U.S. And then optional upgrades, as we talked with the quoting, schematics, spare parts, and then a PM program. So the PM program would be preventive maintenance program, depending on your location, whether it be cost effective for you or not, or if you do this coupled with another project. Preventive maintenance, as we've talked in the other webinars, is everybody does PM on their cars. I'm going to do an oil change. I'm going to rotate my tires, repack wheel bearings. I'm going to change my brakes. But guarding sometimes gets neglected in those cases. So you want to make sure you're checking, tightening the bolts. You make sure that no one's cut open the panels to make it easier for adjusting the machine. Make sure nobody's hit or damaged anything. Make sure the panels are clear so that you can still see through them, or are they hazy because somebody used the wrong cleaner to clean off the plastic panels. So you want to look at whether you do this yourself or contractors for that. I would continue to recommend putting your machine guarding on some sort of PM schedule. Then we'll get into the different types of machine guarding now. It's a full range of products and types of machines that we do. We'll start with the physical machine guarding solutions. So machine enclosures, perimeter guarding, sound enclosures. We can do just about any type of guarding, whether that's custom. We're just going to put up a fence. You can see how much that custom fit is with the extrusion. So we've got different types of products for different types of applications, but we know that because it's aged equipment, everything's going to be custom. The layouts are going to be custom. Maybe you've added extra conveyor systems. Maybe there's a certain fixture that has to go through a tunnel. So we take all of that into consideration when we're designing these guards. Here's some other guards that we've done. Air pollution safety enclosures. We do not do anything with the EPA, but in this particular upper left-hand corner enclosure, we actually worked with the EPA company. It's an environmental testing facility. It's not EPA. They worked with us on how big our gaps could be on the tunnels for in-feed and out-feed conveyors on the back of this enclosure, so that they can do the proper stack testing to make sure that they're containing their fumes the best they can. So those are things that we can collaborate with others on. We've got machine guarding for consumer goods. This one we don't get into a lot, but there are areas where if you need something with some wash down, this is a lot more permanent, where it can't be as modular. So the fit's got to be right on. It's not going to be as user friendly, but if it's something that you need stainless steel on, we can help you out with that. Hazard chemical areas, if that just needs to be stuff that can withstand some hazardous chemicals, but doesn't need to be a sealed enclosure or doesn't need to be an exact fit, we can do those. And then we get into some shear and press guarding with some adjustable bars for different shapes that are going in, being formed into your press. And then for those, you want to basically turn those machine guards into a smart guard by adding the electronic safety devices so that the devices then can talk to the machine and not the human make those decisions. So we offer a full range of presence sensing devices, safety light curtains, safety laser scanners with stack light for notification, 3D safety radars, and then safety mats and edge guards. The light curtains and scanners that we use primarily are Keyence brand. Most people know who the Keyence folks are. If you want something else, we can get just about anything. But I want to caution you on, if we use an off-brand for us, the support for lead time, pricing, technical support, inventory is not going to be as great if you use something else. So Keyence is the brand for those devices. The safety radars is Inspect. You may see other brands out there like SICK. SICK is actually private labeling the Inspect safety radar. We work directly with Inspect. So they've basically created the technology for these radars. So we work directly with them on the engineering and applications. And then safety mats, we've got a couple brands. Our main one is Recora. We've used Pinnacle. So we've got brands that we prefer to use, but we can have those discussions of what is that going to do if there's a particular brand that you have set a standard on. And then we get into safety switches, locking and non-locking. We use Keyence and Allen Bradley, two of the top names again out there. And then one more thing on the safety switches. Most every safety switch we do is a RFID safety switch. We don't quote in magnetic sensors or the tongue sensors unless it has to be some sort of intrinsically safe area where it's got to be a dry contact or low voltage. Most everything that we do is RFID. Then we get into some speed monitoring safety systems where if the door needs to stay shut for, call it 10 seconds or whatever that time is, uh, machines take time to slow down. They're old machines. They may not have brakes on it. So we look at how do we control that before we allow an operator to open the door. Trap key interlock systems. This is a mechanical key system where the control key is at the controls that disconnects the power. And then it's a group of mechanical keys that is used for entering each of the areas of the machine guarding. And then, as I mentioned, the PowerSafe safety enclosure that we create for your machines with the power supplies. Maybe you need to step down your voltage because the devices we're using is 24 volts. Safety relays, all the monitoring devices, everything you need, reset buttons, we put in these cabinets. Then integrated machine safety controls. There's operations, processes, procedures, age of machines that may require something that's just not a plug and play. 80% of the applications out there, you can probably throw a guard on it, put a safety switch on it, and tie it to an emergency stop or a drive motor or something of that nature. But there may be areas where we have to do a little bit extra to the machine, or you have to do something to the machine so that the guarding isn't the end all, and then the operator is upset because they can't do their job. One of the areas that we do get into in this is intrinsically safe systems. This would be an explosion-proof type system where there's low voltage, dry contact switches, the proper wiring and conduit, safety barriers from the machine. This is found in a lot of chemical facilities, aerosol can facilities. So those are things that we can help out with. Vertical safety doors, floor space is getting to be more and more of a premium. So we're able to do doors in the vertical application. We do things with our doors to make sure that we can ensure that they stay in the up position with different types of check valves or rod locks, proximity sensors, safety valves. So we can work through those applications if it's a space saving, or maybe it's just something where, you know, the operator, it's a lot easier to let the door come up and down on a cylinder than to have to try to open and close that door every time. Different types of emergency stops and enabling switches, and then cameras and viewing windows. So these viewing windows and cameras are going to be non-safety rated devices. These are basically supporting CAS. If you want to put a safety switch on a door and the operator says, I can't see what's going on inside my machine now. Okay, maybe we need to put up some sort of viewing window and a CNC door. Maybe we need to put a camera on the inside of the machine so that their eyes are inside and they can look at the monitor on the outside. So creative things that we can do in these situations that if I put up a guard, I can't do my job. Well, what can we do to help eliminate some of those issues? And then we get into more common machines that are found in maintenance departments, tool rooms, tool and die shops. That's going to be your manual mills, your lathes, your drills, drill presses, shop presses. We've got standard packages. We'll call them standard, but I'm using air quotes to call them standard because there's a style of guard that is used on these machines, but you still have to customize it for that machine. But they are you can see they're still user friendly, even though that they're manually operated machines in a lot of cases. They are user friendly for machinists. I was a machinist in my career and understand as I'm standing in front of this machine that guard is not going to stop me from doing my job. So I still have access where I need to and keeps me safe where I need to stay out of. And then here's another group of machines that you will find in those same shops: surface grinders and band saws, sanders, buffers, uh, you name it. Those are all things that we install hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guards every day of these type of pieces of equipment. These a lot of times are forgotten about because they're not out on the production floor. They may be in the corner. People don't walk through the maintenance department. You may think, oh, I don't need to guard those because those guys are more experienced in that department. They still need to be guarded. It's an easy way to shore up those departments while we're trying to come up with something that might be a little bit more complicated on a production line. And then we've got power transmission guards and covers. When we're talking about belts and chains, you're talking rollers, end of conveyors where you've got end shaft bearings. Maybe you've got a motor that you need to cover because the rotating shaft. Those are all different types of covers that we can produce for you. It's they're all going to be custom sizes. But there's a whole different array. It could be a 4-bolt pattern, could be a 2-bolt pattern. But those are things that we can also help you with. And this here is basically just showing you everything that we just talked about. That starts from guarding assessment is the first in the process. You want to figure out where are we at, what do we need to do, how are we going to get there, what's it going to do to us if we do this, both pros and cons. And then from that assessment, then we're going to do custom tailored designs for that. Keeping in mind, we're reducing the risk. We're not looking for full compliance because on legacy machines, there's a good chance if you try to go full compliance, it's going to be a full cage with padlock and you won't be able to do your job. So in that, it's either going to be some administrative controls on your part, or can we automate it in any way? Can we put some fixturing in there? Can we do some no-touch tools? Can we put a cobot or a robot on the inside and not let the operator go on the inside? That will be an engineered solution that does bring you closer to compliance, but the designs are going to be without a automation upgrade to your machine is going to be for risk reduction measures. And then you manufacture and assemble the product, all the guarding that is going to be needed for your applications. Installation and integration. This is where we're going to take everything that we just assessed, designed, built. We're going to install it. We're going to do some field fits. We're going to shore up some gaps. Maybe we're doing a proof of concept. Maybe you have 6 in a line and you want to do 1, and then we can make that one proven out for the operator, for the safety, for the maintenance when we tie everything in, and then do some preventive maintenance as time goes on to make sure that everything that you've done in this is not cheap. There is a cost to doing safety. There's a bigger cost to not doing safety, but you want to make sure that all stays in place and you take care of the guarding as much as you do with you taking care of your machines. And then you just start the cycle over for the next machine and the next machine, and the next machine. So like I said, you could go out to our website, PowerSafeAutomation.com. All of you should have my email address, my phone number. This is our main number if you want to call in and talk to one of our engineers. But at this point, that concludes the introduction of PowerSafe Automation. These are all of the products and services, backgrounds that will help you with the other 2 webinars that we talked about. And those other 2 webinars are based on the machine guarding and then the control side, the electronic control side for functional safety to give you a complete machine safety package. Those are all things that we have experience in-house. I have been doing this for about just over 30 years. We have application engineers that are TUV certified. We've got installers that have been with us for 4 or 5 years, that have a mechanical background, built cars, things of that nature. So a lot of experience in different areas that we can come together and put a solid package together for you. Uh, any At this point, I can open up the floor for any questions, anything that you may have that I can answer for you at this time. If no one has any questions, I appreciate everybody joining. We'll get information out to you, and then we can also send you those links for the other webinars. That way, anybody else that wants to join can do so in January. Again, I want to thank you for your time. I know everybody's time is valuable, so everybody have a good rest of your day, good holiday, and hopefully talk about some safety projects in 2026. Thanks, guys.